Game Chat with Bwana, episode 68, coming right about now.
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
Game Chat with Bwana. Game Chat with Bwana, episode 68, coming at you live. Live.bwana.tv and twitch.tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday night where we talk about the last 7 days. The last 7 days of gaming news, where we scour the internets, the interwebs, and we find all the bestest news stuff that's all over the internet. And we try to find the best, but sometimes we don't always find the best. You can sign up for our forums at bwana.tv/forums, and we have a little thread going on over there where you guys can post your stories to augment mine. So I talk about my stories in the beginning of the show, and then we go on to the user submitted stories, and then after that we have what's called Title Time. Title Time is when you guys come up with snazzy titles based on the stories that we talked about. But last time, 2 weeks ago, you guys may remember, Title Time was kind of stale. I was kind of shocked. I was like, what? It was like maybe 10 title submissions, and 2.5 of them were decent. I was like, man, you guys are slipping. I thought you only came for Title Time here at Game Chat with Bwana. The news is secondary. Title Time and them Game Chat accolades, that's number one. But Title Time is like first. Number one. Title Time. Game Chat with Bwana here, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started, y'all.
Game Chat with Bwana would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Twitch.tv, Wirecast, YouTube, and 123 Systems. Thank you all for your support of Game Chat with Bwana.
Yeah, indeed. And for our first study, we're going to talk about a game that's near and dear to my heart that I just want to talk about, and I get all teary-eyed and mystified in my brainial cranial dome when I talk about it. It's PlanetSide 2, and it's so good. It's so good. PlanetSide 2. We're going to talk about this game. I've been playing way too much of this game lately, guys, and I am enamored. I am smitten. I am in like with this game. PlanetSide 2 is a PC MMO FPS. That stands for milk, M&M's, ostriches, firefall, pancakes, sausage. MMO FPS, guys. This is a massively multiplayer online first-person shooter. All-out war. 3 factions going at it, trying to smash each other's face. Oh, that PlanetSide 2. I think you guys should give it a try. Beta keys have been flying all over the internet, all over the place. If you haven't got one yet, you probably haven't been trying, because if you did a simple Google search for like free PlanetSide beta key, please give me now, you got about 6 results where people were giving away all kinds of PlanetSide keys. I gave away like maybe 20 over the past week. Lots of keys have been donated here. And PlanetSide 2 is coming along. It's an early beta, very buggy, but it's still fun. The story that I'm going to talk about now is this new thing that a lot of companies are doing. And this is a trend that we've talked about here in Game Chat with Bwana often. The whole Kickstarter while in beta, please give us money while it's in beta trend. And Minecraft was one of those games that really brought that model into the forefront. People were like, why in the world would you give a developer money before the game's even done? And we were like, Minecraft, man. Minecraft. They were like, that's not a good enough reason. You're like, no, but it's Minecraft. Money. Minecraft. Give me. Take. Game. Money. Minecraft. Since then, the whole idea of Kickstarters. We've seen Kickstarters for everything from from like knitting tools to inventions to shoestrings, socks, and toenail clippers, all the way up to games like Firefall, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. Firefall, they started their little Kickstarter thing, promotional packages. A lot of different free-to-play games offer these incentives to give them money. PlanetSide 2 has joined that bandwagon. They have their founders package, and it's called Alpha Squad. The Alpha Squad is their way of soliciting money from existing players and promising a lot of benefits. And I watched an interview with Matt Higbee the other day. I think it was on PlanetSide Universe's podcast. And one of the things I think he talked about on there was that they were aiming to create a package that they would want to use. Let's talk about the package before I get into my little spiel. The package is going to cost $39.99. And like most of these founder packages, these pre-configured packages, it comes with this in-game currency. Tribes Ascend had their gold, League of Legends has their riot points. They have these Sony Online things. I forgot what they're even called. They're like, I don't know, Sony Schmackers, Space Bucks. That's what they call them in here. I don't remember the name. But you get $40 worth of that right off the bat. So essentially, you're paying for the in-game currency. And they're going to reward you for basically pre-purchasing this in-game currency with some things like weapons. You get 12 unlocks. You're going to get a 6-month XP boost. And you only got one XP boost, or you only got one boost slot in PlanetSide. So you got to be, maybe switch it out every now and then. 12 weapon unlocks, an XP boost. You get a founder title, and I think that's pretty much about it. But if you're not in the beta, if you are not in the beta right now, there's an incentive to purchase this. If you want to get in the beta and you're absolutely 120% sure that you're going to spend this station cash, whatever it's called, this is a no-brainer for you, because you'll get beta access by buying this. This is going to grant you beta access. So they've essentially enabled us to pay our way to get into the beta. Now, if you've already got beta access, all they're going to do is flag your account for beta. So you won't really get much benefit out of that if you already have beta access. But those of us who are going to spend money on this game, who are planning to spend money on this game, this is a great incentive to get started. Now, me personally, I have not purchased it, and I don't plan to purchase it for a while. It's going to be available from now until launch. So it's not like there's anything to rush for, because most of the incentives you're going to get are not going to be available until release anyway. So the only thing you'll get benefit from right now is access to the beta. Everything else is like, the weapon unlocks you're not going to get now. The station cash you're not going to be able to use in the game, because that stuff's not going to probably come online until the game comes online. And the title, I don't care about the title right now. And another reason is that I think that they're possibly going to come out with another package. I don't know. I've seen these done before, and sometimes they're like multiple tiers. They might come out with a $20 one, a $15 one. So I want to make sure all the options are on the table before I go ahead and purchase it. So check it out, guys. PlanetSide 2 Alpha Squad gives you instant beta access. I've been having a great time. I've streamed probably close to 25 to 30 hours of game footage. So you can come by my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Bwana/videos. You can see my past streams. You can get a feel for how to play the game and how the game behaves. So check it out, guys. This is over on Rock, Paper, Shotgun. They got the details over there. PlanetSide 2's Alpha Squad grants instant beta access. Now, let's talk about not clicking on that ad. Let's talk about the next story, which was a big announcement. Man, Sony Online said, guys, we've got the biggest announcement that you could possibly fathom. This announcement's going to change the gaming landscape. Your parents are going to look back on this moment and say, wow, that moment defined my child's career. They would not have become a doctor of feet had it not been for this announcement, feet doctors. Yes. Sony Online Entertainment has announced Player Studio. Player Studio. Now what? So what is Player Studio? It is in essence a way of monetizing user-generated content.
Yeah, well, Bwana, Steam already does that. We have this thing called, you should look it up sometime. This is not rocket science. You can head over to Steam's Workshop, and you'll see all kinds of nifty items for Team Fortress 2 and Dota 2 and other games there available. This is nothing new.
Yeah, I agree. This is nothing new. But Sony Online Entertainment, they agree that this is where companies are going to go. And I think this is something that all games should do. Not just Sony Online Entertainment and Steam and, the games that are supported under Steam Online Workshop. I don't think it's something groundbreaking, but I do think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing because Sony Online Entertainment has been known to be the bad guy in a lot of situations, just the name Sony. And to embrace user-generated content that you can get paid for by essentially, I believe they're going to split the profits of the things that they sell. I don't know if it's mentioned in this article, but it's going to have that same model that they're going to split the profits. If you make something, like if you create a gun or a hat, hats. If you create a hat and it sells well, you're going to make a lot of cash. And the guys who created like assets in Team Fortress 2 and maps in Team Fortress 2, they made a pretty penny on that stuff. This is what PC gamers have been clamoring for years. We want user-generated content. You guys may have called those whiners back in the day when we was like, oh, there's no mod support. Oh, there's no this. We can't create our own maps. We can't create this. We can't create that. We don't want to play this game. And console guys were like, so, just buy the DLC, man. They're going to come out with new maps anyway in the DLC. You might as well just buy the DLC. We're like, no, DLC is evil. I want user-generated maps. I want user-generated content. So, just buy the DLC, man. Just buy the DLC. So, we're seeing a bridge now of the old school mindset slowly making this return. Slowly coming back. And I hope this trend continues, and I hope it is done well. Because the way gaming is going right now, there's a lot more. It seems like there's a lot more bad news than good news in terms of what companies are deciding to do. And when you hear about things like this, you hope it does well. You can be skeptical. I'm skeptical too. I'm like, I don't know. They might mess it up. They might do something stupid. They're only going to give the players 5% and 2%. They're gonna nickel. You get all skeptical. The glass is half empty. The glass is breaking. There's glass inside the water inside the glass. You're like the ultimate pessimist. So check it out, guys. This is over on GamePolitics.com. They got the details. Sony Online Entertainment has introduced a player studio where you can create content. Currently, it's only supporting, I forgot to mention this, it only supports EverQuest Reign of Fear, EverQuest 2, and I believe Vanguard Saga of Heroes, which they haven't listed on this page. But yeah, Vanguard Saga of Heroes supports it as well. So hopefully this will take off. We will check it out. We will see.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Okay. Moving on, we're going to talk a lot about Valve today, guys. We're going to talk about Valve. We're going to talk about Steam. Lots of news coming out of the guys out there on the West Coast somewhere. I think near Seattle. Yeah. Steam TV beta. What? What? Steam TV beta. Absolutely, positively something that nobody, not even myself, saw coming about 3 or 4 months ago. I just didn't think this would happen. What they have done over there at Valve is they have created an alternate interface for your TV. And you may ask, well, why? The current Steam interface is fine. You may recall, on the PlayStation, those of you who have a PlayStation 3, there was this thing launched a while ago called YouTube XL. And what it was an alternate interface for YouTube that had really big buttons and giant thumbnails and had really easy to use controls from the perspective of someone sitting on the couch. So if you're sitting on the couch far away from a television screen, not close to a monitor like we are now, this was a great interface. It had big letters so that you don't have to squint, and if you got a really high resolution, the text may be too small. Everything was big and easy to use. It was called YouTube XL, and it got really positive feedback. A lot of people really liked using YouTube on their PS3 after that was released, because before it was kind of bad. That made it a little bit better. I think this is kind of the same premise here. This is one of the things that Valve is doing to encourage PC gamers to buy that big plasma and hook up their PC to it. Maybe set up a little coffee table or a table in front of you with your keyboard and mouse and play PlanetSide 2 in the living room. Or PlanetSide 2 was a bad example because it might not come to Steam, but play Team Fortress 2. It's a man versus machine in your living room on the big screen. And utilize the Steam interface to talk with your friends, to interact with the new Steam community features from your couch. I personally don't care. I don't. This is something that I was doing, and I'm going to go hipster mode here.
I was hooking my PC up to my TV screen back in 2002. And I was just fine with the resolution options, and I've gotten used to it. I jumped on the bandwagon with wireless keyboard and mice, and I set it up. I was one of the pioneers. I even set up some audio, hooked up to my Winamp, and used my surround sound system to take my MP3s and stream them around the house.
Hipster mode, Bwana, disengage. I was doing this a while ago, and kind of don't care about it now anymore. And I'm trying to see what kind of market they're going after here, because we're going to talk more about some announcements Valve made around this whole idea of the couch surfer, the couch potato, the person in the living room with the giant screen. That typical console market. Although a lot of us console players are using LCDs like at our desk at our computer, so there's a kind of a disconnect from what I can see. And I don't know everything, so I'm not going to say what I see is what's happening. I just don't see the appeal of this at all. Sure, it's a giant, great candy-like interface for surfing on the couch, but why? We've done that. It's been done a while ago, and it didn't really take off that well. So, unless there's something else that Steam is going to do, unless there's something else that we don't know about, which I think there is, right now in the current state of what Steam is and what it offers, it doesn't really make sense to do this. This looks like this is a connector to something else that's coming. I don't see myself doing this or installing this. I have no desire to even set this up. So, you gotta wonder what Valve is thinking. What are they doing over there, that think tank? That's what it's got me doing. This story basically enticed me and it intrigued me. I was like, there's gotta be something else. There must be something else. So check it out, guys. This is on mtvmultiplayer.com. They got the details about this. MTV Multiplayer. They got the details about this. Steam TV beta goes live, but who cares? Yes, who cares? I just stole that. Okay, now let's talk about the related story with Steam and Valve and other companies. No, we're just going to talk about Steam. Yeah, remember that whole rumor we talked about, like on Game Chat with Bwana, episode 56-ish? I don't know when it was. There was a rumored article that Valve was going to create their own console. They were going to create their own pre-made hardware box with certified components that just about every Steam game could run with. And there was like this deafening silence coming from those guys. They were like, no. Well, you think we're going to make a hardware box? We here at Valve are always pursuing other endeavors. We're always looking at other markets. We're always researching any type of way to make our user experience to be even better than what it is today. / typical response from PR executive. But right now, we've got some confirmations of a hardware box. They've got a job posting for an industrial engineer And basically, here's a quote. Let me read it. We're frustrated by the lack of innovation in the computer hardware space. Though, let's read that again. I misread the comma. We're frustrated by the lack of innovation in the computer hardware space, though, so we're jumping in. It's a jump to conclusion, Matt. This is the job listing for the industrial designer notes in the company site. Even basic input, the keyboard and mouse haven't really changed in any meaningful way over the years. There's a real void in the marketplace, and opportunities to create compelling user experiences are being overlooked. So there's a job posting for Steambox engineer, if you will. It's not really confirmed, but it's confirmed that they're looking at it and working on it. So it's not confirmed that they're actually going to push the go live button on it, but it is confirmed that, reconfirmed that they're going to have some brains looking at it. They're going to have some eyes and some faces and all kinds of peoples looking at this thing to try to see if Valve can get to the hardware market. Now, before you guys throw out your pitchforks and your knives and your torches, Valve is not selling out the consoles. They're not going to create a console. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think this is more of a lines of let's expand what the PC can do in terms of gaming. Because if you think about it, they're absolutely right. Their statement that the keyboard and mouse inputs pretty much have been the same for many, 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 many years. And while some of us are comfortable with that, we don't want that to change. When you look at it from an innovative perspective, the consoles are really coming out with these what we call gimmicky controls. They're trying to open up a new area. And when you look at devices like the virtual reality interface, I forget the name of it, that everybody's going gaga over. It's like, oh, this thing is awesome. Why don't your game support this awesome virtual reality thing? I was a kid, like in 1835. Yes, write that down. The year 1835. And back then, they had virtual reality stuff, and it really was bad. Thank you, chat. Oculus Rift. This Oculus Rift device, people are going nuts. They're like, oh, you put the helmet on and the entire world disappears. I don't want the world to disappear. I kind of want to know what's going on in the world. I don't want that amount of immersion. This is not the Matrix. Yet. So, the PC space, and we're getting things like Connect for PC, which is going to help. But that spawned from the consoles. PC industry really isn't doing that much in terms of innovating game inputs. Now we're seeing all types of modular devices that, like these hand keyboards and things that come out that are kind of niche. They're catered to the MMO market or the action RPG market. That's it. So I can appreciate what Valve is trying to go with this. So check it out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. Valve is jumping into the hardware market, and hopefully we'll see some innovation come out of these. And for our next story, more Valve. Mo Valve. You may recall we talked about a program or an idea from Steam called Greenlight, where we, the users, can vote on a particular game. We could say, hey, this game needs to go to Steam. We like this game. We like Pac-Man 3D with inverted controls and grayscale. That game should be on Steam. So let's click the vote up button and get it on Steam. So anybody can put a game on here and say, hey, this is my idea for a game. Make it to Steam. You pitch the game. Well, some of you guys out there were bored. I don't know if you were not in school or you just wanted to troll. But there were some really terrible, obviously plagiarized entries posted. Greenlight was essentially a mess. And Steam had to put up the red light. That's a title. They had to stop it. And what they're doing here is that anyone who wants to post the game to the site, they're going to put a monetary value on it, $100 fee. And immediately people are like, oh, they're just trying to make money. Well, they're donated all to charity. It's going to be donated to the Child's Play charity. This is mainly, and this is their quote, no interest in making money from this, but we do need to cut down the noise in the system. You guys are posting some nonsense up there. And I wish I could just reach through the screen and my hand can just find the people who did this and give you a love tap on the face. Very hard. Just like, I love you. Ah! Love. It hurts. It does hurt. $100 fee. Gonna be going to Child's Play. And hopefully this will cut down on the trollism. So if you guys are that rich and you can just afford to donate $100 to PayPal to repost like PlanetSide 2 or something, plagiarize something or put something, you know, just really, really nasty up there, I'm kind of feeling sad for you. Just a little bit sad coming out of my face right now. So, yeah. Check it out, guys. This story is over on, what is this? This is over on indiegames.com. They got the details about Valve's solution to Steam's Greenlight noise, a $100 fee that's going to go directly to Child's Play.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Okay. Minecraft. Wow, Bwana, you've never talked about Minecraft. I didn't even know you played Minecraft. Really? Sure. Indeed. Quite. Minecraft. We always beat up on you console guys over on the Xbox 360. You know, the PC elitist crowd comes out. The PC elitist genes in me just comes out. I go, PC gaming master race. I've got Minecraft Adventure Update. I'm actually tired of it. You console guys, you don't even have Minecraft Adventure Update. How dare you approach me? I'm a PC gamer elite. You know, the PC elitist comes out sometimes. We try to contain it. We try to push it down. But it doesn't always work. But finally, you guys on the Xbox will be kind of caught up. You'll be kind of caught up to those of us on the PC. You're going to be getting the Adventure Update. Oh, but it's still weeks away. If you don't know what the Adventure Update brought, it brought a lot of cool things like a creative mode. In the Fish of Creative mode, we had hunger. You know, there's a lot of cool things that we on the PC gaming, the PC gaming, have been doing for a while, and you guys have been missing that. So when you go and watch like an Xbox 360 stream or you know, of Minecraft, people are like, well, where's the hunger bar? How come it's not eating? And there we go. This is Xbox 360, man. They don't have the Adventure Update. I'm sorry. So you guys are going to be getting this very soon. Weeks away. Hopefully, it'll be soon. Because I think this brings a lot to the game. It adds a lot of incentive for single player. And I think a lot of you Minecraft guys are playing single player on the Xbox 360 right now, even though you can play with friends very easily. I think the encouragement of the co-op promotes single player worlds. I think you start a world and you invite people to it. So I think a lot of people are playing in that fashion. So I think this is going to help the game. It's going to help the game a lot for the 360, which is selling quadrillions, which is selling so many copies. You guys are taking Minecraft very seriously over there on the Xbox 360. Says also 60. So check it out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. We got the details. The Minecraft Adventure Update still weeks away, but it's coming soon. And we're gonna move over to oh boy. We're gonna talk about Square Enix a little bit. Square Enix. They have launched a new gaming initiative in the cloud. And we've talked here before about OnLive and all these different clouding gaming solutions that are out there, and you know, the pros and cons, and why we were skeptical in the beginning, and why we think they could succeed, why we think they could fail. And now Square Enix has kind of jumped into the crowd, and they've announced their new initiative called CoreOnline. CoreOnline has now gone live, and essentially it will allow you to play a multitude of games in your web browser. Now, we've talked about this, we've seen this quite a bit. More and more companies are getting on board with this. And this is going to be a combination of Google and Square Enix's proprietary technology. Now, I hit the brakes there. I was like, oh, this is critical. I hit the brakes, man. Because those of you who possibly used Google stuff, if you've ever used Google's Hangout software, oh, it's kind of bad. Oh, man, the Google Chat plugin, whatever it's called. Ooh, it's terrible. It's so bad. It's only bad. Why do you have to be bad? It is bad. So this doesn't increase my confidence. If they're going to include anything from Google when it comes to video and streaming and things like that, I don't know if I want it. Now, if it's YouTube technology, then perhaps. But that Google Hangout stuff, that stuff is bad, man. It has literally crashed entire systems. And it doesn't work for like half the stuff I've thrown at it. I don't like it. I don't like the Google Hangout stuff. I hope they don't use it. So they're going to support Chrome, Firefox, and Internet Explorer. CoreOnline is apparently easy to use. Allow players to click on a level and start playing instantly, giving the ability to start from any part of the game they wish. And I think a lot of the MMOs and a lot of these people who are pushing out demos, I know Terra did this as well. They have these browser-based demos already out there. Now, titles that are going to be included at launch: Hitman Blood Money, Mini Ninjas, Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light will launch in October, and Tomb Raider Underworld, so on and so forth. So the core or the launch titles don't look all that enticing for me. They may be for you guys, but I'm not completely on board with the core titles or the CoreOnline launch titles that are going to be coming. So more cloud gaming coming, guys. This one just launched. Square Enix's cloud gaming service, CoreOnline, is now available. Check it out, guys. This is over on... I can't recognize sites by their look anymore. This is over on GamerForever.com. They got the details near over there. And for our final story, we're going to continue on the Square Enix train of trainers. Oh, boy. We're going to go to Final Fantasy 13. And they have announced the next title in this series of the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy, if you will. And it's called Lightning Returns. Spoiler alert! Oh! When did Lightning ever leave? If you didn't play the second one, you're probably kind of lost. So the title is kind of a spoiler alert. Yeah. Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, and I'm one of the few people out there. I'm one of, like, I don't know. If I were to make up some statistics right now, which I'm about to do, I would say I'm probably in that 10% of the vocal crowd that actually liked Final Fantasy 13. I really, really enjoyed it. People are like, oh, the series is dead. Final Fantasy is not so. I had a lot of fun with the game. I bought Final Fantasy 13-2, had fun with that, and I'm going to buy this one. So, yeah, I'm going to buy this one as well. They're really milking the series, though. One of the things I didn't like about 13-2 was the freaking cliffhanger at the end. It was like they watched about 77 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. And they said, how in the world can we create the most annoying cliffhanger ever conceived by mankind? Next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, that's not good enough. Let's continue watching. Let's continue watching. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Nope, not good enough. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. And they just kept watching these. That cliffhanger sucks so bad. And it was like, yes, we've done it. We have annoyed gamers. They're mad. It's only cliffhanger. Why you have to? They have done it. They have done it. So Lightning returns in this sequel. And it's going to be called Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns. I don't think they're going to put a -3 on it. So people are going to be a little bit confused if you're not following the story. They're like, wait, there's Final Fantasy XIII, Final Fantasy XIII-2, and Final Fantasy Lightning Returns. Sounds like a DLC to me. But they're planning to do a lot of different things in this. Let's see. Let's talk through some of this. Let's say the customization is one big aspect of the title. Your costumes are going to actually change abilities. So that's going to be cool. Weapons will also come in various sizes. Let's see. Doomsday Clock, which will run out in 13 in-game days. Though time can be earned by defeating enemies. Oh, man. 13 in-game days. Don't even know what that is. But the day-night, it will use a day-night cycle with this having an effect on what you find in cities. So this time thing is going to be a part of everything. A true open world format to the series. It will take place in an entirely new region referred as Navis Partis, some 100 years after the end of Final Fantasy XIII-2. Spoiler alert. It's going to be comprised of multiple islands that can be traversed via a monorail. So it's going to be a true open world, apparently. Final Fantasy XIII-2 was more open world than 13, so they're learning their lesson. A lot of people didn't like that. And let's see. What else? So yeah, those were the main things. Those were the main aspects. They're really pushing to bring the core Final Fantasy fan back. A lot of the feedback they got from Final Fantasy 13 was applied in 13-2. People may deny it, but 13-2 really was better than 13 in a lot of ways. I mean, they took the feedback that players offered and they applied it. This one's going to apply even more. Hopefully we'll get back to that Final Fantasy formula that everybody knows and loves and incorporate some of the newer things that Square Enix wants to provide for us. Like I said, I like the titles, man. I had fun. I put a lot of hours into these games, so I'm in that 10%. Check it out, guys. This is over on this website that I don't know the name of. OnlySP.com. They got the details over there. That concludes all of my stories that I have. We're going to move on to the user-submitted stories that you guys have submitted over on our forums at Bwana.tv/forums.
Do you love Game Chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
Okay. We're going to move over to our forums at Bwana.tv/forums where you guys can sign up and you can submit stories if you wish, or you can just talk about tech and gaming, which we do over there. We're going to start with Emmerdale. Guild Wars 2 dominates European sales. Guild Wars 2 dominates European sales. Yes. Guild Wars 2 was released a couple weeks ago. Let's see. NCSoft reports that Guild Wars 2 is at the #1 sales spot in UK, Germany, France, Spain, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, the Netherlands, and Belgium. Almost everybody. And as the saying goes, when you win over Finland, you won over the world. Maybe I'm just a dumb American, but I've never heard that. ArenaNet president Michael Bryan is bowled over by the accomplishment. Our games have always been well received in Europe. Blah, 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 blah. Even with Greenlight. So they're #1 and #2. Congratulations to ArenaNet. You guys are awesome. Blah, 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 blah. Etc., etc. Check it out. That's on Joystick. Thank you, Imrendale. Heart of the Swarm beta goes live. Yes. Let's see here. Heart of the Swarm beta has gone live, and I've been watching a lot of, excuse me, I've been watching a lot of Twitch TV streams, and been getting a feel for a lot of new units that are in the game. We've talked briefly about it. We haven't talked a lot about it here on Bwana.tv and on Game Chat, but StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm is the next release. and trilogy. They're gonna go with the trilogy, excuse me, format. Over there, they launched the Terran one, which was what's it called? Wings of Liberty. I couldn't remember that. Wings of Liberty was the first one. This is Heart of the Swarm, and the Protoss one is going to come out probably 2 years after this one. So there's no NDA. People have been streaming it. Lots of the big pro gamers got accounts, and it is terribly unbalanced. But that's okay. It's beta. It's only beta. Why do you have to be mad? It is only in beta. But it is terribly unbalanced. Some of the units are just kind of ridiculous. I think a lot of pro players agree that some changes have to be made, but this is where you can work out those issues in the beta. So that is now live. Go to twitch.tv, look in the directory for some of the streams. Heart of the Swarm beta goes live. Thanks for that story, Imrindale. Let's see here. Plants of Zombies help fight bad teeth. PopCap Games, they're starting a new program in partnership with the American Dental Association aimed at educating kids. Uh-oh. Turn on the light. Turn on the light. There we go. About dental hygiene. The program will see teeth jokes. I get it. That's right. The program will see PopCap handing out potentially millions of free copies of Plants vs. Zombies, along with character trading cards, at American Dental Association approved dentist locations, in an effort to stop what they're calling zombie mouth. Engage Facepalm 3.0. Disengage. Yeah. We're going to move on to the next story. Still on Windows XP. No Blops 2 for you. Ooh. That's mean. That is mean. Why would you not give people Blops 2 just because they're on Windows XP? Racist. Will not be supporting. Black Ops 2 will not be supporting Windows XP. Microsoft stopped supporting Windows XP. I think they already have stopped supporting it. So if you're one of those 13% of gamers who got shell-shocked by the disaster that was Windows Vista and decided to stick with XP for the next decade, it's time to come out. Excuse me, time to come out of your hiding place. Black Ops 2 is not the first title to opt out not to support the still popular OS. Battlefield 3. I didn't know Battlefield 3 didn't support XP. Interesting. Sleeping Dogs. Huh. But yeah, Microsoft doesn't even support. I think they've already released support of Windows XP. So you kind of can't expect games to support OSs that the make of the OS doesn't even support. So I'm not going to knock them for this. You know, Windows XP users, Windows 7 is not too bad, guys. I think it's time for you to upgrade. Windows 7 is not that bad. You know, I had a terrible experience with Windows Vista like a lot of other people. Windows 7 is not bad. Windows 8, however, we're going to have a long talk with Windows 8. Windows 7, though, not too bad. Thanks for the story, Katos. Next story comes from Christian Nomel. Medal of Honor Warfighter adding Bin Laden to Hunting DLC. Medal of Honor Warfighter. EA partners with Sony Pictures for DLC based on the upcoming Zero Dark 30 movie. I never heard of this movie. At least $1 million from sales will be donated to Army charities. That's one thing I like about the Medal of Honor series. They're always giving back to the veterans, like big time. Medal of Honor Warfighter, upcoming Osama bin Laden hunt movie, the Zero Dark 30, are going to be working together to create some DLC. Okay. But I guess I have to look into this movie because I've never heard of it. This map pack is going to include 2 multiplayer maps set in real-world locations. Set in Pakistan's Daragun Market, an illegal arms marketplace. The second map is Pakistan's Farden. This is going to create a lot of controversy. It's hard not to, especially given that these events are so recent. I think it's going to create a lot of controversy. I don't think EA is caring, though. I don't think they care. Because I think they're going to be basically riding on the back of this movie. The movie might get more controversy than the game. So... But this is smart, though. If you think about this movie that's coming out, a lot of movie games just fail. So why not just create DLC for an existing war game out there? You know? That's actually not a bad idea because a lot of these video games, except Transformers. I mean, it's like Autobots, roll out, let's go. Megatron, I hate you, Starscream. You know, that's cool stuff. But, I don't know, movie games kind of fail often. So DLC might be the way to go. Yes. Thanks for the story, Christian Nomel. Microsoft partners for UN for urban development. I read this story. We'll talk about it briefly. Mojang is going to be working with the UN to make virtual buildings. Block by block. And this is where people are going to, they're going to be creating their home environment in Minecraft or whatever. I don't. Community members can mutually remake their area's virtual buildings and roads and private servers, whether they have architectural training or not. The community connects their efforts with local governments and urban developers who use layouts and designs as a basis for plans. Yes. Mojang will be a main financial sponsor behind Block by Block as it supports UN Habitat Sustainable Urban Development Network and upgrading 300 urban areas by 2016. So if you participate in this, maybe you can create the next epic block. Oh, because it's a Minecraft block and it could be a city block as well. Ooh, the jokes. Check it out, guys. Thanks for the story, Christian Nomel. Okay, Murray. Command & Conquer single player hinted at. I'm imagining this is for the next Command & Conquer, the free-to-play one. The Frostbite Power free-to-play Command & Conquer sequel will be enjoying a single-player campaign. After all, interview with Polygon and Frank Gebir. President of EA Labels announces, going back to the previous no single-player reveal. Now, this is my second RTS, Command & Conquer. I have a soft spot in my heart for Command & Conquer. My first RTS was Dune 2, Battle for Arrakis. I think that was the whole name of it. Basically, birthed the RTS genre, and then they came out with Command & Conquer, and then the popular titles like Warcraft and other titles came out after that. But Command & Conquer has got a special place in my heart. They're going to be using Frostbite. It's going to be free to play, and it's going to have single player as well. So you don't hear about single player games having. You don't hear much about free-to-play games having single-player. So this is kind of interesting. SWTOR is kind of going to be considered that when it comes out. I'm giggling because it's an MMORPG, but, if you just play the story, it plays like a single-player game. Yeah. Cool. That's good to hear, though. I might have to check this out after all. So check it out, guys. This is over Rock, Paper, Shotgun. Thanks for the story, Murray. Vivendi still considering sale of Activision Blizzard Holdings, says source. So this is not over yet. Let's see here. According to a report by CNVG, Vivendi has not ruled out a sale of its majority stake in Activision Blizzard. They have ruled out a straight breakup. And it says it absolutely remains under consideration. So they have not stopped looking for someone to buy majority stake in Activision Blizzard. Vivendi has stated. So this is not over yet. We talked about this a few shows ago. Activision Blizzard possibly splitting up and what it could impact, how it could impact the industry and stuff like that. But it's not over yet. Thanks for the story, Murray. Next story, Mojang, and this is already what we talked about. Yep. We just talked about that. And if that concludes all of our stories, guess what time it is, y'all? Girl, what time it is? It's title time. Title time is where you guys come up with snazzy titles based on the stories that we discuss. Boink! Do it. Boink! When you guys talk about the special stuffs, you put them in title form. They gotta be witty, they gotta be funny, and they gotta be cool. And we're gonna vote on them. Let's go. Alright guys, you gotta come with it. I was disappointed. Let's see some good titles. So it would seem that lightning struck twice. Yeah, the ADA says Zombie Mouth is real. Valve, the good, the bad, the blah. SOE wants you to join the Alpha Squad. Lightning takes a new trip around the block. Alpha Squad dominates the PlanetSide 2. Steam TV, Valve looking to hit your wallet all over the house. TVZ teeth, care to make Bwana facepalm. Valve, Greenlight, red light, you're out. Steam TV plus hardware rumors equals Valve box confirmed. Steam Greenlight had the red lights. Beware, love taps await the foolish. Valve give the green light for a green light fee. Steam Greenlight abuse, that's why we can't have anything nice. The Steam boxes come in the future when we don't know. SOE Greenlight's Alpha Squad. The Xbox Horde is almost ready to embark on the Minecraft adventure. Red light, green light, on Greenlight. SquareEnix's CoreOnline, the most clouds you've seen since FF7. Oh, I see what you did there. SquareEnix CoreOnline, please be better than Play Online. Next time on Game Chat with Bwana. Next time on Final Dragon Ball Final Fantasy 13-2. Planet vs. Zombies vs. Zombie Mouth. Valve goes to the dark room. Red light, green light, $100 fee. Valve puts on the red light and gives you the big picture. Alright, let's post some titles. I like that one. I like that one. Let's get the third one. I've seen another one that I was talking about. Maybe I did not. Maybe I did not. Alright, we're gonna take this one. Alright. Okay, three titles we're gonna do. We're gonna vote soon as we get the vote poll going. Go! Just type the number, nothing else. Just type the number, nothing else, and then go. All right. Number 1, red light, green light, $100 fee. Number 2, SquareEnix's CoreOnline, the most cloud you've seen since Final Fantasy VII. And number 3, so it seems that lightning struck twice. Alright. Vote, vote. Vote, vote, and vote, and vote, vote, vote time. Type a number, nothing else. for the one you want to see for Game Chat with Bwana episode 68. All right, 10 more seconds. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more seconds. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Stop. And the results say that the winner is... Ooh, that was close too. Congratulations. Who came up with 2? The winner is SquareEnix's CoreOnline, the most cloud you've seen since Final Fantasy VII. That was Shadow Chibi. Congratulations to Shadow Chibi. You are the winner of Game Chat 1 episode 68 title time. But we don't have physical prizes here at Game Chat 1. We have what's called bragging rights. Them bragging rights are something you can cherish and hold. They're not actually physical things that just show themselves, but they're virtual and they're things that exist inside of you. And when you walk along the street, you're just like going along and that woman looks at you, you're like, whoa, there's just something about you. Do I know you? You're like, maybe not. But I do happen to watch Game Chat with Bwana on live.bwana.tv. And I've won title time. And she goes, I have no idea what that means, but it's awesome. You go, yes. Those Game Chat with Bwana accolades are just outstanding like that. Thank you. Come on, let's go have a coffee. And you just got it going on. What more can you ask for? Congratulations to Shadow Chibi. You're the winner of Game Chat 1 time episode 68. We're going to call it SquareEnix's CoreOnline, the most cloud you've seen since Final Fantasy VII. And that concludes episode 68 of Game Chat with Bwana. I want to thank everybody for coming by. We're here at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. We talk about games, Gary. We're talking about gaming news here. Why don't you guys follow me on Twitter? Twitter.com/Bwana. You can follow me at twitter.com/Bwana Live if you wish to be notified when I go live. Also, I am on Google+, G+2.1. Actually, I'm at google.com/+Bwana now. I actually got that URL. I was kind of shocked that I got that URL. We're over at live.bwana.tv and twitch.tv/Bwana. You can follow us here and be notified when I go live. Also, I'm at our forums. Go to bwana.tv/forums. Sign up there. Sign up and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/IOBuffa. These videos will be posted up there, Game Chat with Bwana, and I encourage you all to follow me there as well. That concludes episode 68, guys. I will see you all next time. Take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye. Cut.